Hey, good morning, guys. I hope everybody's doing amazing. Welcome to the
Good
Build Your
morning.
Online Business Morning Show. And today we're going to be talking about how it's not too late to make your wishes come true. And a lot of times, especially as we get older, I said we, and I said older because I know I'll be turning 50 this year. Jesus, I never thought that day would come. I'm telling everybody I'm not turning 50, I'm turning 45, right? But as we get older, we start to think that maybe our wishes will never come true. And the truth of the matter is that we have 100% of the power necessary to make our own wishes come true. And we've got to start taking back our power, taking back our energy, taking back our minds, taking back the things that get in the way of you making your wishes come true. So today I want to start with an activity. I want all of us to go around and name one thing that we're going to take back in order for us to make our wishes come true. So I'm gonna start with who we start with this morning. I think we need to start with Berlin. She was here first. So Berlin, what's one thing? And guys, if you haven't shared the broadcast yet, make sure you share the broadcast. We're here every day to encourage, inspire, and motivate you to get your bread and change your life. And even if it's not something that you're willing to do or you're ready to do, also do it for somebody else. Do it for another woman. I'm sure there's somebody somewhere that needs help being motivated, inspired to change their life. So do it for them, even if somebody else did it for you. So with that being said, Verlin, what's one thing that you want to take back in order to make your wishes come true?
Ooh, coach. I think the one thing I would take back in order to make my wishes come true would be my ready yes. And I say that because it's always yes, 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 I can do it. Yes, yes, yes. And then by the end of the day or the end of the week, I'm empty because I've given out all of my yeses.
So let me
And
tell
my
you what I
yes,
heard from Zig Ziglar. Good morning, Pierre. Good morning, Sharon. Let me tell you what, good morning, Tisha, what I heard from Zig Ziglar. Good morning, Zig D. Morris. And when I heard this, I thought it was a little rough at the time, but I tried it and it worked. Instead of having a ready yes, you need to have a ready no.
exactly.
Tell everybody no to everything. And that doesn't mean that you're not, good morning, Monica, that you're not going to do what they ask you to do. It just means you need more time. Now, let me tell you what I figured out in doing that. I figured out number one, a lot of people was asking me because I was already yes. And that when I said no, good morning, Totiti, welcome back. Uh, when I said no, they went on to the next ready yes. So by the time I reviewed my options and came back, they had already found somebody else, which let me off the hook. See, at some point, you got to take your superwoman cape off for everybody else and start being superwoman for yourself, Superman for yourself. You flying all over saving everybody else. Meanwhile, your own situation, and them same people are not gonna come to your rescue, stand in front of catch a bullet for you, stand in front of a speeding train. So they do come to you because you are already yes.
Ready.
And you hold up no opposition. Let me tell you something. Bullies even work the same way. The first time you stand up to a bully, they move around because bullies don't want to fight every day. They don't want to they go to the easy mark. So when you prove you're not an easy mark, then they stop coming to you. Yep, it's deteriorating. So you have to start to measure. And let me tell you something that most women don't do, that most business women should do. You should ask yourself, what's in it for me? Now, if I do this for such and such, what's in it for me? There's nothing selfish about that question. There's one more question you need to ask yourself. Would they do it for me?
Right.
Would they drive across town in the snow for me? Would they leave their house in the rain for me? Would they give me their last? Would they? And when you, good morning, Cheryl, and when you start to vet them like that, there's going to come down to very few yeses. You're only going to hand out yeses to the people who have earned the yeses. And don't start putting everybody in that funnel, your man, your kids. Baby, you're going to have a lot of time on your hands. Because I've got to that point lately that if you wouldn't do it for me, why am I doing it for you? What's
Right.
the exchange quotient? What am I getting back? What am I getting in return? And that's not being selfish. That's not being rude. That's not being mean. That's living your life, your best life. Because when your life is sucked up and drawed up out of you, where them same people gonna be to run to the store for you? They better count Instacart like I do. And nobody running around running a whole bunch of errands.
That's right.
So Verlin said, and the question on the table this morning, guys, is what do you need to take back in order for your wishes to come true? Because we've given away the power to make our wishes come true. Chiquita, what would you take back?
Good morning, everybody. Please share the broadcast because we're going to be on fire this morning. Well, Coach, that's a great question because I already took back my biggest thing to make my wish come true.
It's
I
always
took back
something else, though.
me, myself, and I took back my life from being in somebody else's dream, meaning return early from my job. That was my number. And yeah, I'm gone on to other wishes. The second wish would be taking more control of my time. Take back the time that I waste, like you said, on somebody else. And that's what I'm learning to do. Time organizations, put myself totally first. It's about being selfish in everything I want.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to take back what that senator said. I'm reclaiming my time.
Right.
I'm reclaiming. You got to take back your time because the world will squander.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen so many people call, set up appointments and not show up.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen so many people or set up an appointment and be too busy to talk. People will squander your time. Time you can't get back, time you could have been doing something else if you let them.
Mm-hmm.
And the key is if you let them. I tell you what, I'm gonna have to take back. I'm gonna have to take back my sleep. I've been so busy lately that my sleep is just overrun with everything but sleep. And so when I am awake, I'm too tired to execute the things that I dreamed about. So I gotta take back my sleep. It's gonna start tonight. I'm about to figure it out because I want to wake up in the morning. I tell you, me and Jamie both been saying how we've been struggling to get up early. I got up early one day. It's not Valentine's Day. It's not Valentine's Day.
That's what today is.
It's not Valentine's Day.
I know 2 days after my thing, 12th and 14th.
Today's 13th,
So I was at the thing yesterday. What got the thing? I got on the 12th.
11.
Oh.
But thank you, though, sweetheart. My baby early for Valentine's Day. Yeah, so I gotta take back my sleep. And I think that I'm finna talk to Troy. Troy, you see that big old bag of herbs up in the cabinet? And they in a plastic bag. Look in the tea cabinet. Yeah. I'm finna get him on the phone, Mr. Ray. And at 9 o'clock every night, I'm gonna take my sleep serum and I'm gonna go to bed so that I can do more. See, let me tell you, sometimes when you don't have your sleep right, it's gonna knock off everything. It knocks off your weight. It's a big bag of them, baby, in the cabinet over there near the trash can. Look up at the top. No, it's a clear bag. Let me see it. It looks like potpourri, yes. Dr. Sebi, yes. That's tea. That's sleep tea.
That's some good stuff. Dr. Sebi, boy, that's some good stuff.
You go to the doctor for this and that. Give me the shit you got. Hey, boy.
This Chanel.
Yes, that's the truth right there.
Okay, we got a question by Scola. She said, what if it's your mom? Where do you draw the line if you're a sibling of 4 with dreams, just like everybody else, and everyone is living the dreams, but expect you to give up your life to take care of your mom? What would you do? Okay. So the first thing I would do is I would have a hard conversation with my siblings, and I would put them on a schedule, and we would take turns taking care of mom. Even if I took the bulk of the time, they gonna either do me one or two things. You're either gonna come show up for your slot or you're gonna buy your way out.
All right.
And when you buy your way out, I'm gonna take that money and get some full-time care for mom. One thing, as a single child, I didn't have so I'm gonna tell you something, Scola, and you might not like my answer, but as a single child, I ain't had no siblings to lean on. I had to do it all. And I still had to build my dreams. And I still had to pursue my wishes. Sometimes we let the people that could help us, watch this, y'all. I'm about to teach y'all something. Sometimes we let that could have some help get in the way. When I was married, I was so busy watching what my husband wasn't doing that when I left and realized that now I gotta do it all myself, I got more done. So if you're waiting for them to come to the rescue, they're not. But they gotta do something. So if they don't wanna come, then they need to buy their way out. And if they don't do that, then you need to keep going in spite of. Medicare B has some new rules where you can even hire people to come in and sit with your mom. So at the end of the day, don't let the fact that you don't have help be the reason, because you're right. They're going to go ahead. Listen, y'all, people are people. People are amazingly selfish.
Yeah.
People are amazingly selfish. Even to the point that sometimes it gets overwhelming. And so don't let other people's selfishness keep you out of your dream life. Just like they have a life, you shouldn't let guilt or anything else preclude you from living your life, because your mom, unfortunately, will not be here forever. Number one, she wouldn't want you to sit by and not live your life. That's where we get regret from. That's where we get bitterness from. So you got to find a way to, number one, have a hard conversation with them. And then number two, when it's all said and done, still live your life. Still live your life. And I can tell you, as somebody who was a caregiver for my mom, I wouldn't have had it any other way. I would be regretful had I not spent every time that I had taking care of my mom. So yes, baby, I would talk to them. And I would say, look, this is how much care for mom costs a month. It's 5 of us. Care for Mom is $1,500. So you can either show up for your shifts, which is this, and this. I got the overnight shift because I live here, whatever. Or you can have your $300 direct debited on this day. It ain't gonna be no I'll pay it with it. Y'all better quit playing with these people. Family or no family. Sometimes you got to draw that line and you got to hold people to it. But yep, you will sit still because let me tell y'all, whatever is standing in your way, you got to move that obstacle because at the end of the day, what you have or what you don't have is 100% because of you. All right, Chanel, your turn. So guys, the question on the table, and you can feel free to ask questions in the chat. You can feel free to comment in the chat. But the question on the table is, what are you going to take back? See, let me tell y'all something else. Sometimes you got to take back your honesty because there's a lot of people out there pretending to be successful when they could really be successful if they went ahead and got some help and did the work.
Mm.
And it's got so bad, you can't hardly pretend. You can't hardly tell who's really balling and who ain't.
No,
But at the end of the day, you have to say to yourself, what am I gonna take back in order for me to be able to really ball, not be an internet baller? So Chanel, what are you gonna take back? Good morning, Tamika.
You know what, Coach? Hey guys, good morning. You know what, Coach? For me, I kind of lost myself a little bit. You know, I have got to take back my position in the kingdom. I got to take back his promises. They are for me. And in all of that, in my position as the daughter of the Most High, in that position of, you know, a child of the King, I have to realize that my peace is mine. I got to take that back. What does that look like? That looks like I'm not going to take on everybody else's responsibilities and everybody else's problems. That's how I'm going to take my peace back. I'm going to take back my purpose. I have more purpose than just taking care of everybody around me, making sure they're happy while inside I'm dying, I'm depressed, I got anxiety because I have taken on problems that aren't mine.
Absolutely.
You know,
and if nobody
asked
you to handle it. Scholar said, I have, and it's ended up in an argument. Okay, so let me help you with that. Number one, either bring in a mediator.
Oh, no.
And number two, go in with a defined, written list of things that have to be accomplished. And then number three, look into that Medicare Part B plan that lets you hire helpers. So no, we're not finna sit here and argue. We're not finna sit here and fight. You're gonna do your part and you're gonna go to hell. Because the Bible said, honor your mother and your father. Baby, I sure do fight dirt. I bring the Lord in on it. Do your part or go to hell. Because ain't nobody no busier than anybody else.
Now, Coach, I'm gonna say something too about that, Scola. Your mom's siblings. Let me tell you what I did with my mom's siblings. Anytime y'all want to come get her, take her home with you, care for her, take her to her doctor's appointments, make sure she eat, make sure she take her medicine. Y'all welcome to come get her. This is my mother. So this is how I'm going to care for her. You're welcome to say whatever you like as long as I don't hear you, because I'm the one that's here taking care of her. You got to let go of what you think they think about you. Because as long as you care about what they think, they have the power and control over you. That's why you're uneasy. Because if you was doing what you wanted to do, it wouldn't even be a problem. Sometimes you got to cut folk off. Don't inbox me. Family. Because they're not going to show up, baby, when your mama's sick. And when she needs to go to the emergency room, they're not going to be there. But they'll have all kind of critique on how you should have rode in the ambulance. Why you didn't wear your white hat in the ambulance? You should have took the black one. That's ridiculous. Cut it off.
And I wrote that yesterday on my timeline. I said, You need to worry less about what people are saying about you and more about what God is saying to you.
That's it, Coach. That's it.
You so worried about what people got to say, you can't hear from the Most High. So that's right. The same people.
Oh, this baby living my life.
You know what, Scola, let me tell you something. A lot of people have been through what you're going through, even down to the mom being ungrateful. So here's another thing. You're going to have to decide at what point do you save yourself? And can you live with it?
Yeah.
And if you can, let her, the mother, children, and her siblings figure it out. And if you can't, just roll with it and don't worry about it. Because at this point, they're in your head. Because everything I say, you say a but.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling you, you're not the only person that's gone through that.
Mm-mm.
And you won't be the last person. But the only question you gotta ask yourself is, when my mom is gone to glory,
Yeah.
will I be able to look myself in the eye?
Yeah.
That's all. That's the only question that matters.
I bet it is, babe. Mm.
At what point do you save yourself? Because see, that's another thing. Your mama have lived her life.
Preach.
And who she's got in her corner right now is representative of how she lived her life. And it's a hard story,
Yeah.
but it's true. Because the people at the end, are there because they want to be.
Right.
And when it's all said and done, if she's alienated people, if she's been ungrateful, if she's been, all that's going to show up in her life.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's not for you to sacrifice your life for.
Right.
You help her how you can.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why your other siblings ain't helping. Hello? So I know it's hard, but you always got to remember that family is by default. Those are just the people you were born with. They still have an honor code. And if they can't honor the code, you ain't got to fool with them.
True story.
I'm going to repeat that for the cheap seats. I don't care who it is. Mama, daddy, uncle, brother, cousin, and them. They are just the people that you were born with. And when you have people that are not blood relatives that treat you better and honor you more.
No, you better say that, Coach. You better say that.
Honest.
You better
When we
say
get
that.
this age, you got to ride with the people that ride with you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord.
Baby, then it may be time for you to give up. She said, I've done this for my dad who passed, my sister who passed, because it sounds like your family is using you. All you got to ask is, can you deal with it when it's all over?
That's it, Tisha.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Yeah,
They're not gonna step up till you take your hands off of it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna step up until you'll be surprised what people do when you take your hands off stuff.
Right.
Even if you look in a group, the mass majority of that group is gonna hang back and wait and see what's gonna happen. So You got to make a decision. We ain't got to talk about it no more. I gave you your options.
Yeah.
I would get them a timeline. It's February 13th. I would send them a message. As of March 1st, I'm officially done. These are the things that I will do going forward. Let them sit somewhere and figure it out.
Right.
Can I be honest with y'all? And it may be hurtful. And I had to realize this myself, even with my family. He said, by the way, I'm a man. I'm sorry, sir. We sissing you to death. He said, men get tired too. I get it. But let me help you with something. Sometimes it's our fault that people do us the way they do us. And we've allowed so much foolishness for so long. I literally created these monsters.
Yes. Yeah.
My children, my man, my ex, anybody I got to complain about, I can almost guarantee you that I created that spoiled situation. And then when I got tired of the situation, they was already spoiled. So at some point, I got to take responsibility for not putting people in their place and not holding people accountable. D. Morris said, as soon as somebody came through their door, I'd be going to Walmart for 3 hours. I would. Maybe even overnight. Maybe even for a week. Let them feel it. Let them have to make decisions about work and about, let them do it too. Because as long as you will allow them to take advantage of you, they will. So guys, the question on the table today is, what are you going to have to take back in order to help your wishes come true? So we're going to be hosting an I Wish virtual summit, bit.ly/IWish2020. And then we're going to be taking the I Wish experience on the road. We're going to be in Atlanta, March 7th and 8th. We're coming up with dates for Dallas, Fort Lauderdale. We're going to be all over the country. Sometimes you need to get out and see what's possible for you. So you said, I've allowed it because I told my dad on his dying bed that I would take care of my family. But you can't take care of your family if you don't take care of you.
Yes, get your life.
And are you the only person that made that promise? You said, I'm going to take care of my family. There's a lot of ways to take care of your family that don't include sacrificing your own life. I'm just being honest. Sometimes we have to make sure that we're not more honest in the process. Sometimes we holier than the process. Sometimes we follow more rules than the rules. Sometimes we do more right than the Pope. I am a do right person because I don't like getting in trouble. At the same time, there's only so much right I can do. And I've got to that point that, why do I have to do right if you didn't? Why I gotta pay your tuition and you ain't turn your paperwork in on time? Why I gotta get you out of the same trouble you keep getting in? Why do I have, and that was a realization that I just don't have to.
Because they say Jesus paid it all. They say Jesus paid it all. So why am I sacrificing? Why am I sacrificing my life when the one already did that? Sometimes we just have to be honest with ourselves and ask ourselves, why am I doing this? And whatever that an answer is, resolve that, and that'll set you free. Why am I doing this? You got to ask that question.
Ah, Chiquita say, you can't always be Dudley Do Right. You can't. You know, and that's another thing, Scola, we're going to have to do. He said, yes, I had the last conversation with my dad and held his hand until his last breath because no one else was able to. Baby, people are able to do way more. And I've always wished this, and I know I'm wrong, but I'm going to tell y'all to wish anyway. Thank you, Tiandra. Tiandra, I've been trying to get in touch with you. I've always wished that I didn't care. Because there's so many people that run through this life clueless. Mm-hmm. They don't have the stress because they don't care. They don't have the same, yeah, do y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's about that. It's about what's important to them. How does it benefit me?
And if it don't, they're not worried about it. So while you sitting up all day, slaving for your family, doing this, that, and the other, and food, they barely want to make you a cup of cold water.
Oh, Coach, they're going to be mad when I say this. So I got to kind of turn my head.
Don't turn your head so they won't chuck no rocks.
Woo, some of y'all need to want your peace more than you want their favor.
Wow. You
want to do everything because you want Auntie so-and-so to like you. So you want to make sure everything is just so. You don't want Auntie Beatrice saying nothing about you. So you're going to make sure Mom is cleaning in her favorite dress. Sometimes you got to let go of what you didn't get as a child. Favor, love, accolades, attention. I trade that in for your peace. Because after you're gone, what you think gonna happen? When you get down on your deathbed, you're gonna be up on the same bed with your mama. Who gonna come take care of both of y'all?
Nobody. Jules said, that's me. I care more than they do and it doesn't benefit. Girl, you gotta stop caring more about people than they care about themselves.
Yep.
And I'm gonna even tell my mentees this Monday, look, I done created these groups for y'all. Y'all say y'all wanted more accountability. Okay, I got checklists for you. I got a group for you. We going over work and you won't show up. You can't say you want it and not want it. Mm-hmm. You either want it or you don't. But at the end of the day, you can't work. You can't put work on somebody else. And then when the work come to you, you don't want to do the work. Baby, let me tell you, I got a life coaching class you probably need to join. Scola said, I accept the conviction. Do you offer your services? I've been to 50 counselors and none of them have helped me. Inbox me the info. Listen, I got a course called Due Season that helps you take action. And that's what you need, is to take action. Mm-hmm. And a lot of y'all need to take action. Don't just talk about it. We know what the situation is. And at the same time, let me tell you something else. Sometimes we talk about it because we want a medal. Or we want an award or a cookie. But ain't no awards for this, y'all. Ain't no trophies for this. Mm-mm. You either do it because this is what I'm gonna do. And then once you make that decision, I'm gonna do it, the rest of y'all gotta keep your mouth off me. I'm gonna demand that you keep your mouth off me. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean you don't call each other and talk about me. That means you don't call my phone. See, that's all I can control. I can't control what you tell Uncle Louise, Mr. Gilmore, them, but I can control my conversations with you. And I know it's hard, but you might want to whisper in your mama ear. Mama, no disrespect intended. But if I'm not doing a good enough job, you know you have 4 other children, right? Let me get you the phone where you can call Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky and Mike. And if you like them, who cares who you like? See, because even when it's your parents and you can't say it the way you want to say it, when you're in that caregiver role, you have to figure out a way to say it. I've been there. And I can't say it the way I would say it if you was my child. Mm-hmm. I can't say it the way I would say it if you was my girlfriend, but I still gotta find a way to say it.
Right.
And so you say your mom is, no, we not for women only, baby. We broke them taboos already. Because life is life and advice is advice.
Sure is.
Because if your mom is acting ungrateful, I will point her to the phone and say, you know, Mom, lately, you know, you haven't really been healthy. You haven't been really happy with my services. Let's call Sister Renee and let's get her a shift. And let's call all these other people, because she might be taking her bitterness at the fact that they not helping like they should out on the person who's around.
Yeah.
Which is you.
Yeah.
I sure will slide her that phone, that rotary.
That's what I did.
Hello?
That's what I did. I let my mom go for 2 years. And she came back. Sometimes you got to let them go so they can see.
That ain't nobody else going to.
That is nobody else
going to treat you like I treat you.
Right. It's hard, but you got to do what you got to do, and you got to be at peace with it.
You do. You've done enough.
Yep. Let the Lord do some
more than most.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's good. Hey, look, y'all, what are you gonna do to claim your wishes, to claim your life? It's important. It's imperative. You come this way but once.
That's right.
God didn't create you to nurse somebody else through their life. He didn't. You can't let that be the reason. So guys, if you haven't already signed up for the I Wish Virtual Summit, make sure you do. We're going to be live in Atlanta, Fort Lauderdale this year. We're going to be live all over the country this year. Don't miss the opportunity to participate. It's not a conference. It's not an expo. It's an experience. You're going to see that next week. Go to bit.ly/I Wish Summit 2020. I got that right?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. We're going to see you guys a little bit later today. Have an amazing morning. Remember, you come this way but once. So make sure you do your best to live your best life. Love you guys.